In the last video about command lines, we learned basically how to navigate the file system within the terminal application using a few important commands. And in this video, we're going to learn how to compile and run Java programs from the command line. And in order to get started, I'm going to just go to BlueJ. And if you watched the Hello World video, or if you've written any Java programs with BlueJ, then this will be familiar to you. And here's the Hello World project that we introduced also in a previous video. And I'm just going to remind you, this is sort of the project view of our Hello World project. We have one class in this project, and if I open that up, I can see the text that represents my program. And remember, if we edit our program, like maybe I'll remove this line of code, and what happens over here is BlueJ adds these hash marks to the class indicating that it's been edited, but we haven't yet compiled it. And so in order to actually run the new version of the program without that line of code that I deleted, I would have to compile it and then run it. So we're going to actually do that from the command line in a minute. But first, I want to also remind you about the file structure here. I've opened up the Finder application, and I created this AP Computer Science directory where I'm storing all of my projects. There's BlueJ right there, and here's my Hello World project. And if I go in that directory, I'm going to see a few different files in there. And I want to just talk about those files a little bit. Hello World.java is literally this file with this human readable Java code in it. And when we tell BlueJ to compile this code, it creates this file, which is called helloworld.class. And this represents the machine readable bytecode that is produced by the Java compiler and contains the instructions for our computer program. And another important file in this directory is this package.bluej file. That just contains the basic project information to tell BlueJ, this directory contains a BlueJ project. And we'll do a little more work with that file later on. But these are the two important files that I want to draw your attention to. Now, I'm going to open up my terminal. There it is. And I'm going to navigate to my AP Computer Science directory. And if I look at the contents of that directory, there's my BlueJ application, and here's the Hello World directory. I'm going to now go into the Hello World directory. And here are the same files that appear over here in the Finder. So in my terminal application, I'm actually inside the Hello World directory. And the first command that we're going to use is called javac. That C stands for compiler. And if we do javac hello world.java, then the compiler will do its thing. And we can see that this, there's the hello world.class file, which the compiler just wrote. And now I can just use the Java command, and I'm just going to say Java hello world, and there I just ran my program. It says hello world right there. Now if I go back to the text editor here, and let's say I just add that line of code back to this file. Simply adding that line of code and then executing the program, you see it runs the same, the old version of the program. When I edit my file, I need to update the .class file by running the compiler again. I have to recompile the code. So when I do that, and now when I go back and run my Hello World program, there it contains the second line of text that I reintroduced in the text file. So that is how we use the command line tools to compile and run our Java programs.